he's going to bring some info.
Hi, I'm doing my keyword presentation on the word issue. These are terms which I've got from a website which is derived from a book called Crystals. These are the meanings of the word, or the definitions of words of issue, the way Shakespeare has used them. Firstly, children. So issue as child or children, offspring, some kind of form of descendant. The outcome or result of consequence of something. As you can see, a yield, product, the result of an action. Then again as a noun, the actual action, the deed or something proceeding. Then the verb to be born or to be descended from, which is linked to the first. And number 6, to come forth. The first one, children. In Sonnet 13, he uses the word issue to refer to children. Oh, that you were yourself, but love you are. No longer yours than you yourself live here. Against this coming end you should prepare, and your sweet semblance to give some other. So should that beauty which you hold in lease find no determination, then you were yourself again after yourselves decease, when your sweet issue, your sweet form should bear. Who let so fair a house fall to decay, which husbandry in honour might uphold, against the stormy gusts of winter's day, and barren rage of death's eternal cold. O none but unthrifts, dear my love, you know, you had a father, let your son say so. Being 13, this is obviously one of the marriage set, and the sonnet's very much about his lover having, wanting his lover to have children to carry on his beauty and the semblance of himself. So here the word issue is obviously referring to that offspring of his lover. Okay. Second one, outcome. Last year we did King Lear, and if you remember when Kent returns in disguise, here we've got the word issue. He's talking about, if but as well I other accents borrow, that can my speech diffuse, my good intent may carry through itself to that full issue for which I raised my likeness. Here he's saying that he's in disguise, and his intention is that if he can get away with it and pull it off, then his full, the consequence and the outcome of what he's aiming to achieve will hopefully happen. Sonnet 97, we've got the word issue used in relation to a yield, a fruit in this case. How like a winter hath my absence been from thee, the pleasure of the fleeting year. What freezings have I left, what dark days seen, what old December's bareness everywhere. And yet this time removed was summer's time, the teeming autumn, big with rich increase, bearing the wanton burden of the prime, like widowed wombs after their lord's decease. Yet this abundant issue seemed to me but hope of orphans and unfathered fruit, for summer and his pleasures wait on thee, and thou away the very birds are mute. Or if they sing, 'tis with so dull a cheer that leaves look pale, dreading the winter's near. Here clearly it's about fruit and the produce that's been produced in autumn as a metaphor for the way it's been. Very melancholic sonnet, but in this term it's used to refer to a fruit, but very much with relating to hope of orphans and unfathered fruit, a very unnatural fruit. Number 4, the issue used as an action or a deed. In Julius Caesar here we've got Antony has just persuaded the conspirators who've killed Julius Caesar to let him, well, he's just sort of conned his way into giving a speech at the funeral, and here he's talking about where is he? He's so using the word issue relating to the deed that has just been done. Here is a morning Rome, a dangerous Rome, no Rome of safety for Octavius yet. Hie hence and tell him so. Yet stay a while, thou shalt not back till I have borne this corpse into the marketplace. There shall I try, in my oration, how the people take the cruel issue of these bloody men, according to the which thou shalt discourse. He's speaking to his servant, but he's really telling the audience that this cruel action that these men have done in killing Julius Caesar is going to turn the crowd against them in his speech. The verb now, there's a couple of verbs. This is very much similar to the first one about children, but from a different tense or form. In the Tempest, Miranda was asking her father, Prospero, questioning who is her father, and Prospero is responding, saying that her father was Duke of Milan, and she is his only princess there. No worse issued, as in no worse descended. Finally, in Coriolanus, Shakespeare uses the term to come forth. Messenger here is explaining the citizens of Coriolanus, I don't know how to say that, have issued, meaning come forth, and given to Lartius and to Martius battle. I saw a party to the trenches driven, and then I came away. He's just recounting what he's seen, and he's seen the citizens coming forth. Definition, how issue has changed now. From the Oxford English Dictionary, we see that the action of going, passing, or flowing out, to egress, exit, as you can see, flowing out. Shakespeare doesn't particularly use it in this way, but there's references to, sort of biblical references there to one with an issue of blood, which is nice, but it's sort of the term of emanating. The next one, the entrails of a butchered animal, which I've not really heard before, but apparently so. The event or a fortune befalling a person, an issue, the action of sending or giving out officially or publicly bills, notes, shares. You issue a cheque, you make an issue of something. So there's words that may not have been used. So a word that may not have been used in that way in Shakespeare's time, but maybe it was, but he just chose not to use it that way.
Thank you very much.
References?
Shakespeare occasionally, I mean, one of the things that you can't always get from looking at the actual definitions, where people look at that this is the definition, there's the use of punning uses. Right? Shakespeare in the sonnets occasionally puns on issue, because of course the other meaning of issue as part of an outflowing is ejaculation. Nocturnal issues. But, I can't remember today I have nocturnal. And it was playing on monks, but they just have that. There's like, I think in that first one you chose, I mean, not just to be sort of filthy and low tongue, because I think that was excellent, because of issue being linked to how you create the new race. So that flowing outgoing is linked to, it probably gets named because of the issue meaning children, and it comes from sort of where we have exit. I think you can hear it more in the Italian version. The Italian word for exit is uscita. So it's more like issue in that sense. But that was, I mean, any questions on that? I thought that was really good. Very interesting. And it's good to use that sort of, the concordance thing, I think works really well there, sort of looking at how it, starting with the text you've got and then looking at other texts as well. That just show it's sort of its different forms. It's a good way to do it. Yeah, I'll just enjoy that. What we'll have to do now is the words we've had today, issue, hard and smart. Makes such a filthy sound out of it.